morning guys, welcome back to another video. So thanks again for coming by. Today, I gotta say bye to the truck that I've been driving for the past 2 days. Even though I miss driving my E46, driving a normal car in the rain in San Diego, as you guys can see here, where it doesn't really rain that often, but when it does, everyone drives like idiots. And it's a lot nicer to drive a truck. So, I will say I'm going to miss this thing. So huge thank you to Lusso for letting me borrow it for a couple days. So let's go ahead, we'll go back to the Lusso, I guess, storage facility or wherever you want to call it, parking lot, and we'll go drop off the truck, get back here, take the E46, drive to the hunt quarters, because I've got a little install on the E46. I know you guys have been bugging me. You're not working on the E46 and nothing's getting done and blah, 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 blah.
I'll go jogging and swim in a water bunch, man. They're gonna be bad having you pooping just like you used to, man.
You're not working on the E46 and nothing's getting done and blah, 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 blah. But I got a quick little install for you guys today, and I'm thinking about changing up something on the exterior, so stay tuned. What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the vlog. I hear something outside. I don't know exactly what it is.
It's Sam Squam Shrekky, and there's one right outside the door right now. He's trying to get into my shed.
Let's see. Oh, hello, gorgeous.
No.
Never thought I'd see another McLaren in this shop. We've got all these Japanese cars, Euro cars. I guess this is technically a Euro car. This is more like a exotic supercar, but the beautiful McLaren 720S is in the shop today. We have it for a couple hours. Our good friend brought it by for us to take a look at and film some cool stuff with. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the exotic content. I'm pretty excited. This is one of my dream cars for sure, and in this beautiful orange color, it's pretty freaking awesome. So we'll do kind of a full walk around. I'll talk about some of my favorite things. There's a couple quirks and funny, interesting things that I haven't seen online that I'm hoping to share with you guys that you guys are gonna enjoy. All right, so before we go ahead and talk to you guys all about that McLaren that's right behind me, I gotta pop in the air struts for the RX-8. So if you guys have been following the build, we are throwing air suspension on this car. These struts were actually converted from a true coilover. These are the front two coilovers that were converted to air struts by a company called Universal Air Suspension. We are a partner of theirs, and we do carry their products, which is pretty cool. These also came with custom top hats so that they fit in the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera down because I'm here by myself today, and we're gonna go ahead and toss these in the front. Now, what I forgot to show you was actually, we already finished the back. So let me show you guys what those look like right now. The rear, whoa, that's dark. The rear struts are already in, and we just need to do obviously all the plumbing and everything like that, but these went in without a hitch. So those look good in there. Now we just need to toss in the fronts, and we are waiting on an AccuAir air management system, which should be in the mail actually right now. In the meantime, we're actually gonna be throwing in these things right here. These are called Schrader valves. We're gonna be plumbing up the air lines to like basically like an external air source, i.e. the shop air. And what we're gonna do is from that, we'll be able to raise and lower the car. We can toss on wheels with some spacers maybe, and we should be able to raise and lower the car to kind of simulate an air management, at least so that the car becomes a roller. Then we can do some more measurements and stuff so that when we dial in the actual fitment on the car, we'll have the real example instead of just measuring. I'm gonna set the camera down, stop jibber jabbering. Let's get these on the car and see if we can hook up that Schrader valve system. So there's one thing I forgot to talk to you guys about the top. So on the top hat here, as you guys can see, because the air strut underneath here is quite a bit larger than the actual coilover was, we ended up having these custom top hats made, and we knew that we have to grind this out a little bit to clearance for the adjuster knob on the top. The 3 mounting points for the actual strut do line up, but the section here where the air strut bolts to the top hat is in a slightly offsetted position. That allows the bag here to be further away from the car and not have any interferences when we're driving. So obviously that's something we knew ahead of time we have to do. And actually Mickey was the one who already marked this out for me. So I'm gonna grab his tool. His toolbox is locked.
Access denied.
All right, let's call him Ripperino, Mickey. All right, I think I know someone who might know where the key is. So actually, they're all New Zealand. I'm gonna go ahead and try to find it. Forced to call in the big guns here. This is actually the same tool that Mickey was using to clean up his intake manifold. This bit here, which, let's see if it focuses, nope. This bit here is gonna make work of this. It's gonna be a lot faster for me. So let's go ahead and bust this out, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, mount these struts up, hook up the Schrader valve, and should be good to go. Take our little deburr tool. So that's what the finished project looks like. It's kind of just a stretched or oblong hole so that we have access to the top hat, the nut on the top, and then the adjustability for the dampening. All right, with the help of our trusty Jack here. Jack. Getting this stuff all dialed in. Got the upper control arm bolts in. Now I'm putting the top hat, and as you guys can see, right there, we have clearance now. So we have clearance now for that nut. There is no interference there. So we're just gonna top on. Hey, nice glove, huh? All right, took a little bit longer than expected, but we have now both sides in. No clearance issues, those are looking good. So we can go ahead and hook up air lines to the valve, the little location on the back of the strut here on all 4 sides. So we have one of these for the front, one of these for the rear. So I think we are going to save that for another video. Let's go ahead, we have this beautiful 720S behind me. I wanna go sit in the driver's seat, see what this thing's all about. Although I'm very sweaty, so I'm gonna have to fix that first. All right. Enough about the RX-8. Let's take a look at this beautiful McLaren 720S. Woo! This is the McLaren orange. We got the black Alcantara orange colorway on this with the orange seat belts as well. And see if you can. Man, these are heavy doors.
Yo, do you guys need a number of the gym? You guys need to start lifting.
I wonder why Mike's so jacked. All right, first time behind the wheel of a 720S. This is the coolest thing that I've ever sat behind, I think. Oh wait, this is the coolest thing that I have ever sat behind the wheel of. What the heck is a wheel of? Wheel of. Okay, I can't see anything. Mike, I don't know how you do this with sunglasses on. So right now the car is in, I guess, race mode or track mode, I believe it's called, where the cluster is kind of flipped down. So I think, let's see, it's kind of on. It's looking like it wants me to start it. Let's see, let's try pushing it one more time. Hey. Okay, so that is just about one of the coolest things I've ever seen in any car. So I think, let me just confirm this. You put in track mode. I'm not sure if it's gonna do it because the car is not started up yet. So everything in here is either leather, black leather, Alcantara, or carbon fiber. So I love the matte carbon finish. Obviously my steering wheel is matte carbon in the E46. You know, the McLaren is kind of one of the inspirations for that. This steering wheel is really, really cool. What I like is the big paddle shifter. If you've ever driven a BMW, the paddle shifters are pretty small. So a lot of people do the paddle extensions, which is kind of silly to me. But these, ooh, they have this nice, satisfying click. Now, one other thing you might notice, when I click the right one, the left one moves. With McLarens, you actually can upshift and downshift from one. Typically, obviously, on the right-hand side, you can pull it towards you. That shifts up to the next gear. But if you only have one hand on the wheel, which you really shouldn't, I guess, for the most part, you can push it and it downshifts from one side as well. So I don't know if that's specific to McLaren or not. I learned that when I drove Brent's 675 LT, which is a really cool thing. And you can do the same thing on this side as well. So pushing it upshifts and pulling it downshifts. This to me is like an iPad. We got Gucci Man on, which is cool. Let's go ahead and see what the arrow button does. You know what? I think I need to start the car. All right, let's go ahead and start this thing up. Maybe. I'm like kind of speechless right now. This is the craziest thing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's here in the shop that everything feels so real that potentially, if we work our ass off, that something like this could ever be attainable. I am blown away. I mean, this is just the coolest freaking thing. It's like out of a spaceship. So let's see. I don't know what this button does.
I don't know where the trigger is.
It doesn't do anything. Whoa. That looks like a fun button, but we obviously can't do that in here. ESC, I believe that's traction control. Honestly, this is like all these buttons, I have no idea what they mean, but that's pretty freaking badass. I believe that's track mode. Maybe not. Let's go ahead and put that back immediately. What's this one? That could be track, I guess.
Oops, wrong one. Maybe it's this one.
No, I have no idea. Let's see what this thing sounds like from the outside. I'm gonna turn the parking brake.
Here it is.
Okay, parking brake is on. What's weird too is this car is very easy to get in and out of, and that's because the 720S has this cutout here compared to the 675 LT and the P1, where the door kind of ends right here. It makes it very difficult to get out, but that was very smart, whoever designed that, because it's really easy to get in and out of this car. So good job, McLaren.
Good job.
I mean, just listen to that idle. It's got the right amount of loudness, I think, at idle. Twin turbo V8, 4-liter. Oh, that's a beautiful sound. So this is another very interesting feature, I think. And the door handle is way in here, right? This. Just pull up. Oh yeah. And that's the shot everyone wants to see, right? All right, Mike, obviously that was in good fun. Guys, if you have not heard of Street Speed 717, I'll put the link to all of his stuff down below. It's weird because I think Mike was this huge Corvette guy. Then he got a 570, and now he drives a 720S, which is modified. I think it's got downpipe tune, a bunch of stuff. And it's like almost 900 horsepower, which is freaking nutty because that car already is silly fast. Let's go ahead and insert a couple clips. I'm not driving. We took it down to Mexico for a couple of pulls, so hopefully you guys enjoy, and we'll be right back. trying to like lean forward, but it's really hard. The thing. So this is the 720S, as you guys have probably seen. What's interesting about this car is that overall, it's very comfortable. So here, he owns a McLaren P1, the one you guys saw, who brought to our shop just a couple weeks ago. And the difference is astronomical. This car, I feel like you could pretty much drive this every day. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, totally.
And the P1 is so raw, it's just, that thing's like an animal, and this is like a tamed animal in a cage or something like that. It's super fast. Don't get me wrong, this car is insanely fast, but it's comfortable. You put it to comfort mode, and the car feels just like a normal fast car, obviously. So how badass did that thing sound? So what's weird to me is it almost kind of seems like this tuned or modified cars. That's why I really love McLaren twin turbo V8. I mean, the 570, the 675, the P1, actually I think their entire lineup, including the 720S, are twin turbo V8s, and they make an assortment of power anywhere from 570 to like over 1,000 horsepower, which is just silly, nutty, super, super crazy. So I'm hoping one day with a lot of hard work that we'll be able to get to the point where we can afford one of those and bring it on the channel. Hopefully that day is soon. So Mike, I would actually like to invite you down here to the hunt quarters. Come out. I don't know if you can bring the 720S, it's probably a pretty far drive, but either way, would love to have you guys out here, you and your buddies, and come on by. We'll have a good time, we'll do some collabs. Peace out guys, later.